Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I did this look, this peachy, bronzy, it's not really bronzy, a little bit. I don't even know like what I'm titling these videos anymore. But today I filmed with the KKW Beauty Classic eyeshadow palette. It's like literally the most perfect everyday eyeshadow palette in my opinion, because like for me, I don't need like a white and a black. Like black is a little bit too harsh for me for everyday. Like I would wear this look literally every single day of my life and be happy with it, because you could like interchange so many different products with this look. So yeah, this was a really good palette. I liked it. It's kind of hard to mess it up. Like, I don't know, I think it looks good. It might look like not good at all, but I think it looks good. So yeah, if you want to see how I did it, keep watching. I'm kind of all over the place. My thoughts are everywhere. A little bit different techniques. So yeah. Okay, so I'm starting with my brows already done, and I carved them out with my CoverGirl concealer, and I set them with my Wet n Wild translucent powder. I'm gonna go straight in. This is what the palette looks like. It's very like monochromatic, and then the lettering is like shiny, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. But this is the classic eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do like a peachy look today. I want to use these colors here. Peachy bronzy look. So it's a little bit different than what I've been doing. But in reality, it's not. It's just me trying to make up for me just doing neutral looks all the time. So I'm gonna just start. This is the Morphe by Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush. It's a really fluffy brush. And I'm gonna take the shade here. There are names to the shades, but I'm like confused on how to read them because they're like on the back. So I don't know if they're like saying when you look at the palette, this is how it is, or it's saying like this shadow here is lined up with this one right here. Like it's confusing, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna point to them. But I'm gonna take that bone shadow color and just dust that everywhere. Even though we already set our lids, I kind of want this shadow just to lay a nice base for everything. And it does like show up on my skin tone, which is nice because I am pretty fair. I don't really get tan, so yeah, I'm just dusting this everywhere. And then I'm going to take this Morphe brush. I got it in a set, and there's like no name on it, but it just looks like this. Yeah, it's kind of longer, and it's dense. Like, it's not as like fluffy as you would expect. But I'm going to take this shade right here. It's literally like the same shade, just a little bit deeper. And this is going to be our transition color. So I'm just going to run this through our crease with windshield wiper motions. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Morphe M433 and this peach shade right in the center. And I'm going to run this also in my crease the exact same way we just did with that other shadow. Just blending them into each other. And then I'm just going to take that initial brush again and just dust over that to diffuse the color a little bit. Now I'm going to take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush. It's like a little tapered brush. It's literally the same brush as this, just a lot smaller. And I want to focus this color right here. On the outer corner. So So I'm just going to drag it towards my lash line here and then bring it in this outer V. I'm just going to lightly blend that out with the brush we just used with that peach shadow. And I'm going to use that same JH40 brush very lightly with this shadow here, this brown. Just going to put a little bit of that exactly where we put that other shadow, but I just want to make it a little bit deeper to add some definition on this outer edge. Now I'm going to take my finger with this like champagne shimmery color, and I'm just going to press that onto my lid. I'm going to take the Morphe M124 brush. It's just a flat shader brush, and I'm going to take that same shade and spray my brush with my Morphe setting spray and just like clean up the edges to kind of make it look more like a cut crease. I'm just going to take that M433 in that peach color and blend these edges here where the shadows, the shimmery and the matte meet. Now I'm going to take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH42 brush that I always use like on my nose and stuff for highlight. But I'm going to take it with the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. It's an ultra glitter in the shade Ladybird. It's just like a really reflective, like pressed glitter. And I'm going to apply that to the inner part of my lid to brighten it a little. And I'm just going to like add that, and then I'm also going to carry it up here, and it just kind of makes the eye look a little bigger. Now I just want to clean up all this fallout here. We're going to go back to the eyes to do the lower lash line and to do lashes and all of that, but I want to do the face first. We're not going to do liner today unless I need it to help cover my lash band, but I kind of want it to just be a softer look. So yeah, I'm just going to go in with primer. I'm going to take the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I'm just going to take 2 pumps of that. And then I'm going to take the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and put that in my T-zone. For foundation, I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way that I always use. And I'm going to take like 2 to 3 pumps on the back of my hand. The first pump wasn't that like strong, that's why. And I'm going to take this Morphe M439 brush, and I'm going to use this to apply my foundation today. And then I'm going to go in with a sponge and just go over it so that there's no like brush marks and stuff. But I want to use this to kind of just get the color everywhere. So I'm just going over those brush marks with my sponge to make sure there's no lines or brush strokes or anything like that. Making sure to get around the nose because a lot of creasing happens there. And yeah, so Now I want to cream contour and then I'm going to do concealer. So I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Bisque. I'm just going to apply this where I want to contour. And I'm kind of contouring like this to make my chin a little bit like more pointed. Then I'm gonna do my nose. And I'm adding it like that under my nose. Also kind of contouring my lips a little bit. And I'm gonna take the brush that I use with my foundation and kind of just use that to blend the contour. And I'm blending upward. Just because there's leftover foundation on the brush, so it's kind of just gonna blend over the contour and blend it in with the foundation really nicely. But I'm just kind of patting, because if you use circular motions, then it's gonna move that foundation around, so you kind of want to just stick to patting and swiping kind of. And then I'm gonna go over that with my sponge just to make sure it's all blended. And then for my nose, I'm gonna take the Morphe E62 brush. It's like a little angled brush, and I'm just gonna use that to blend out that nose. And I'm gonna drag it up here and connect it with that shadow so it looks uniform. And we're gonna go over this with concealer too to really help it blend, because right now it still looks a little harsh. But now we're gonna do concealer. I'm gonna take the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, and I'm going to brighten under my eyes. I have my mirror here too, that's why I kind of keep looking down. And I'm gonna use my sponge to blend this. This is my e.l.f. sponge. I just got a new one, and I don't know if I'm like the only one that thinks, oh, I got foundation in my hair. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but like new sponges are always like extra soft, and oh, I just love them. But you want to replace your sponges. Like, I replace mine every 3 months, but I also clean mine every single day. The past year, my skin has been clearing up more. Obviously, I still get a lot of like breakouts here and there, but I used to have like kind of bad cystic acne, and it like just never cleared up for like 2 years. I just had constant acne all the time. I'm just gonna blend over that contour a little bit. I just had like constant acne, and it was really frustrating, and I'm sure a lot of people like understand what I'm talking about, because it's like natural, like hormones and stuff, like that's just like what happens. But I really started to get on top of like my skincare and stuff. I use makeup wipes obviously to like clean up my eyeshadow, or like if I have makeup on my hands, wipe it off like that. But I don't use them to take off my makeup at the end of the day, because they broke me out. They were really irritating. My skin would burn all the time. When I used them on my eyes would get like so red and irritated. It was concerning, and I know I'm not the only one that has gone through that either, because I've talked to people and that happens to some people. It's just you have sensitive skin, that's like fine. But so I stopped using them, and now I use these, like, if you know what the makeup eraser is, I use products like that. Like, they're towels where when you just get them wet, like in the sink, they just remove your makeup. They remove waterproof makeup really well. I really recommend that. And I clean my beauty blenders, like my sponges, every day. I use the beauty blender, like solid soap. I buy that. I've gone through, I don't even know how many of those, probably like 20 of those. But yeah, that's just like how I kind of keep up with it that way. And you should clean your makeup brushes every so often. I get really lazy, but especially like your face brushes and stuff. But yeah, that was my little rant about skin. For powder, I'm going to take the Morphe E48 brush and my Wet n Wild Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And I'm just going to dust this over my face. And I'm going to kind of like press it under my eye so creases don't form. But all over my face, I'm just going to lightly dust it. And then kind of for like a all over kind of finishing powder, I saw a YouTuber I watch, Ali Glines, I think is how you pronounce her last name. But she took the Essence Pure Nude highlighter, which is a really good highlighter. This is the shade 10 Be My Highlight. This is the one that like everyone talks about. It's a very like natural kind of highlight. You can definitely build it up, but it's like more on the natural side compared to like other highlighters I use. But she took the highlighter and she like lightly dusted it all over her face, and I want to try that because I like a luminous look to my face, but I have to set my face with powder because I don't know, I just like have to. So I'm just taking that on this e.l.f. 107 brush, and it looks kind of dark, but like I'm just gonna lightly dust it everywhere and see if I notice a difference, like if it looks more luminous. I mean, I'm assuming it will because it's a highlight, but by just lightly dusting it everywhere, it'll just add like a luminosity to the skin and look like you're like naturally dewy and stuff. I mean, I'm like kind of scared to use like a lot, so that might be why I'm not seeing a huge difference, but I can definitely see it like a little more luminous. Like, I don't know if you can see it like on my, in the video, but you can definitely see it like on my forehead. I don't know, and you can see it on my cheek. So, I don't know, I'll like play around with this trick more, but I just wanted to try it today. I'm gonna go back to the eyes. I really quickly want to just light my lips off all that foundation, but I'm leaving the edges because I kind of lightly contoured it. You can't really see it, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go back to the lower lash line. I'm going really simple. I'm just gonna take the Morphe M508 brush. It's like a little tiny definer brush, and I'm gonna take it with this brown shade, and I'm just going to really lightly just line this entire lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take this Morphe brush we used with this kind of yellowy shade. I'm just gonna blend that out and diffuse it. First, I'm going to curl them and apply mascara. I'm going to take the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. So I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and this BH Cosmetics 124 brush. And I'm just going to bronze. To add more color. It looks dark now, but I'm gonna blend it out and it'll look good because to make your face kind of appear like I don't know, like to help your jawline and all that, it's better to have your neck a little darker. And then I take like a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe R0 brush, just like a huge fluffy brush. And then I blend that out to kind of diffuse it a little, but it still looks a little bit darker. Oh my God, my voice. But it still looks a little bit darker, so like it helps my jaw look sharper. I don't know if any of these like tips are making any sense at all, but I'm trying. So yeah, for my nose, I'm gonna go back in with that like little brush we used and kind of contour, but with the bronzer shade, if that makes sense. Okay, let's move on to blush. I'm gonna take the ColourPop Disney Designer Collection, and it's the pressed powder blush in the shade Enchanted Mirror. So it's Belle's shade, and it's just this really light pink blush. I want to go kind of for a more softer look, and hopefully it'll like bring out some of that peach. I might go back in actually and add more of the peach color because I want it to show up more. But this is the SL Miss Glam M03 Tapered Blush Brush that I always use. And I'm just going to add that to my cheeks. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Kind of applied a lot, but that's okay because blush is the first part of your makeup to fade. So it'll diffuse eventually. I'm just gonna put a little bit over my nose because I love the way that looks. And I'm gonna add a little bit to my chin too. That was kind of cool. That's okay. A little bit of that peach color from the palette because I want it to be more of a peachy look. For my lip, I don't know if I want to go in with just like a nude like I always do, if I want to go kind of peachy nude to switch it up a little bit. I don't know, I haven't decided. I'm kind of bringing this like into my like brow bone a little bit to blend it a little more. For highlight, I'm going to take the Benefit Dandelion Twinkle and this Morphe M501, and I'm going to apply that to my cheekbones. I'm going to apply this everywhere, and then I'll apply a more like intense one in specific areas. Take the Benefit Cookie highlight and that brush we use on our eyes, that little one, and take that on our nose. I'm gonna blend that out, but you can see it's really intense. I'm gonna add that to my inner corner. So that's that. I'm gonna take that ColourPop thing and add that to my inner corner so that it's really glittery. And I feel like we kind of lost it on our lid, so I'm just adding more. Kind of assessing the whole situation here. I'm gonna blend out the highlight with my sponge. Nude 1.5, keeping the trend going with the KKW Beauty. And I'm also gonna kind of darken, like fill it in on these outer edges. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna add it to the center. And my lip kind of like contour a little bit. And I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in the shade Nudist Peach. We'll see how this looks. I kind of like the way that looks with the eye. I kind of overline my lips a lot. Oopsie. Oh well. I'm being really extra, and I'm going to take the KKW Beauty Nude 1.5 Nude Cream Lipstick. I'm going to add that just to the center, just to brighten a little bit. I'm just going to blend that with my fingers. I don't know why I try to talk while doing things on my lips, but it's okay. I think I want to add a gloss, because at least at the center, because it's a little dry. I'm going to take the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Crazy Little Wing. Been liking this lately. And I'm just going to add that to the center. I'm going to add it to the whole lip. Okay, I think I'm done with everything. I'm just gonna take my brow gel. This is the Anastasia one. It's clear. I always think that I want to like try the feathery eyebrow trend, but I feel like should I just do it? Like, I mean, I like keep up with my eyebrows, so I don't really like keep them long. But see how they kind of look like feathery? Should I keep it? It's not too bold. Whatever. We're gonna try it today. It looks better. I just dropped everything. It looks better from a distance, but then when you look closer, it doesn't look as good. Oh well. Okay. Let's do some setting spray. This is the Morphe one. I'm going to take my fan. And that's the finished look. My sweater keeps falling. So yeah, that is the look complete. Kind of looks like everything I've been doing lately, but this is just what I've been into. Wish I had more time in the morning, because then I would do this for school. Like, how cute. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know why I'm like rocking back and forth. I'm gonna do more kind of like tip videos. I think I want to like take a little break from the tutorials, or like focus my tutorials more on like things you guys want to see. I already know some people want to see like my drugstore favorites and stuff, so I'm gonna do more like review kind of videos, I think, or like just letting you guys know like my favorite stuff and things like that. But yeah, this was, I said that's so weird, oh my god. This was today's look. Why am I keep doing that? Oh my god, my whole back just cracked. But okay, oh my god. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, go to my Instagram to see pictures and stuff if you want. I kind of want to like highlight my collarbones. Should I do it? Let's see. Doesn't that look pretty? I don't know. Does that like look bad? I don't know. I like when people have like this part like all highlighted and like pretty, and like their shoulders. Like, I might need a bigger brush. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? I might need to use different ones. Yeah, I think you can see that. a little more maybe. Whatever, okay, I'm like being annoying. Okay, that was today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like it if you want. And